Alright, welcome to this video where I'll be talking about moods and tenses in Spanish. And so usually when people learn Spanish, they sometimes don't even know that there are moods. They usually just know tenses. And so tenses come under moods. There are 3 different moods, and all of the tenses are categorized under those specific moods. So it's important to know and understand so that you can use it a little bit more effectively in your speaking and also in your understanding of Spanish. So we'll just go through these 3 moods, which are indicative, subjunctive, and imperative. As we go through each mood, I'll give examples or an example of a tense within that mood, a type of tense, which is a conjugation, right? So we know that tenses usually are ways to manipulate a verb, right? Change the verb for past, present, and other things. So we're going to see what this means. So going into the first and the most used mood, which is the indicative. The indicative mood is actually 85%, maybe even more of our daily conversations. We talk about facts, we talk about past, stories, future, things like that. And so this mood is very important. The tenses that we learn are usually the first tenses we learn in Spanish, like present tense, imperfect, etc. And so here are some sentences that are really good examples of not really great examples, but simple examples of the tenses that come under the indicative mood. So here we have the first sentence: viajo cada año. Viajo cada año, which is I travel every year, which is present tense. And then in the second example, we have comió mucho, right, which is he ate a lot, in the preterite, or we could call it simple past tense, right? And finally, we have trabajaré mañana. I will work tomorrow, future tense. And so these 3 moods are these three tenses, come under the indicative mood, which is to talk about basically almost everything, facts in the past, in the future, in the present, all of the above, right? So the next mood is one of the most difficult to understand. We'll just go over the basics here, but the subjunctive mood. And in the subjunctive mood, we use it in specific situations with emotion or desire. And so emotion and desire, and there will be a few other things as well, but these are the triggers for using the subjunctive mood. Here is a simple example, which is quiero que tú veas la película. Quiero que tú veas la película. And it means I want you to see the movie. The reason why we use subjunctive, which this one is actually subjunctive present tense, we use the subjunctive present tense instead of the regular present tense, which is the indicative present tense, because we are talking about something with a certain desire to it. Quiero, I want, right? That indicates desire. I want you to see the movie. Quiero que tú veas la película, because of the desire triggering the subjunctive. Now we have to conjugate the verb a little bit different than the present indicative. And now on to the next mood, which is the imperative mood. This is used for commands. The 2 forms of imperative that we have is negative and affirmative. So basically think of it as positive and negative commands. So as you can see in the example, don't walk. No camines. Don't walk. No camines. And here we have walk here. Camina aquí. You can see those two commands, those two instructions, they were conjugated differently. And so there's a way how we conjugate negative and affirmative commands in Spanish, and that is under the imperative mood, right? So all of these things in Spanish are conjugated differently because of the mood it's under, as well as the tense that we use when we're trying to communicate in Spanish. So it's important for you to understand what mood, what tense, what that you want to use. For the most part, focusing on indicative, mastering that, and then understanding when you need to use subjunctive or imperative every once in a while is probably the best way. And I will do some additional videos that will be connected to this video, going through every single tense from every single mood that you will be able to understand and view, and basically have a cheat sheet in a video of, you know, conjugating all of your tenses correctly, and some tips and tricks how to do that. All right, so thank you for watching the video. I hope that this was helpful. You can always come back and refresh yourself using this video.